Madam Chairperson, may I please supply some information which apparently the board doesn't have. Last year on the 3rd of July, there were allegations that a live band played music too loud, made this complaint. My client took significant steps to make sure that didn't happen again. In fact, we offered with all the hearings to install monitoring systems, we bought machines, etc. And that wasn't apparently looked upon as the best resolution. So what my client has done this summer, every single time there has been live entertainment on the patio, they've hired a police officer from the Hull Police Department, a detail officer, to monitor all the activity, but certainly to report back to the chief and to this board if the music was too loud. With respect to the history, there has never been a violation found by this board with respect to Nantasket Bay Club Inc. in the 2.5 years that they've had a live entertainment license. As I said, this summer, we policed it significantly using the police department. And I suspect you've not heard any negative information. This particular June 1, how this could have happened, to look at the big picture, this wasn't setting up a 5-piece band. This wasn't inviting loud rock and roll. I think music was sort of just not considered when my client said, go ahead and have the aerobics class. Frank probably didn't do that many aerobics classes in the last year or two. But it was a one-time incident. It will not happen again.
If Mr. Sullivan can tell the board that there hasn't been a violation found, then Mr. Caparata, through me, can say to you the reason there hasn't been a violation found is because he has been unable to get a show cause hearing before you. And that's what I was talking about earlier when the chair told me that I should not talk about that. This is precisely my point, is that for you to make an informed decision about this license, you have to hear from all sides what's going on. And the fact that you haven't made a finding, well, that's because there hasn't been a hearing and you haven't heard from the residents. When the chief said, I heard about a probationary.
We are all done. We're all done. It is 9 o'clock, and what I've heard, I'll tell you what I've heard, and I'm going to sum it up, is that there was concerns raised by, rightly so, by Mr. Caparetta and others last year, and this board addressed them. And what message we told Mr. Plattner and the Ocean Club loud and clear was, we expect every single licensee in this town to comply with the license that this board issued.
Well, here's my thought. I feel that since the course of last summer, whatever the different complaints, there weren't violations, there were complaints that the board, some of the board members heard it firsthand. Either it was a Bob Hedlund fundraiser and board members heard the music firsthand. I personally heard it down at Leather Lap one time, I think it was in August. I feel that we gave you verbal warnings in the past, so I would like to make a motion that we offer as a resolution a 1-day suspension of the outdoor entertainment license that will occur on Sunday.
Okay, so
just to verify, for June 1st.
Relative to June. So Mr. Riley's made a motion, Dr. Alberti has seconded it. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Opposed?
Nay.
No. Nay.
So the substitute motion fails. So
I'm
then
proud to do that.
I'll take up Domenico's motion to take the chief's recommendation for a written warning in the licensee's file. All those in favor?
Discussion.
Oh, you're just
Well,
you're killing me.
let's just tweak it a little. I think that there should be wording in the motion that the board recognizes that the licensee has admitted to a violation occurring on June 1st of the outdoor entertainment license, and that the board will further approve the resolution recommended by the police chief.
Do you accept that amendment?
I accept that part. Do we need to also include the fact that we will pursue other?
No, that's
not part of
completely
it.
and totally
Okay.
separate. That has to do with legal issues that Mr. Caparata has raised.
Okay. I accept Mr. Riley's last.
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the motion carries.
Well, I'm a Attorney Jim Timmons, my office is in Quincy, and I represented Mr. Caparata tonight before the Hull Board of Selectmen. Mr. Caparata is upset tonight and prior occasions that he's not been able to come before the board and give his version of what's been going on down at his condominium site. He's a resident directly abutting the Ocean Club, and he's had concerns about the noise emanating from an outdoor patio. He's tried to bring those concerns before the Board of Selectmen, and for whatever reason there have been problems. Tonight, what happened was a letter that we had sent to the board that outlined the overall situation that Mr. Caparata is complaining about was reduced to one complaint that I had indicated in the letter was an example of the concerns Mr. Caparata had. So we regret that we've not been able to inform the selectmen about what our concerns are more fully, and I'm sure Mr. Caparata intends to continue to pursue the matter. We just want to have the Ocean Club abide by its license, and we feel it hasn't.
I understand that Joan Moschino, the chairwoman of the board, basically said that she's read the letter and that the town council has replied to it. Is that true?
Yes, I know Attorney Jim Lamke, Town Council for Hull, and I have great respect for him. And Jim called me quite promptly after receipt of my letter and said he'd review the matter. And he did a thorough job, and he called me back. However, what Mr. Caparata is seeking to do is get the selectmen to understand what his concerns are. And in addition, he'll bring forward other neighbors. One of the big issues here is that there's never been notice of a hearing. And when there is notice of a hearing, and when a hearing is going to occur, Mr. Caparata can bring other residents who live in the area who can support his testimony about the issues that have happened at Ocean Club relative to noise.